Welcome back to Maxine's Corner. I'm so excited to let you guys know that I'm now a certified nutritionist. Yep, you heard it right. Your girl, that's me, is now a certified nutritionist. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to read a nutrition facts label. It's very important for you to learn how to read a nutrition facts label because once you learn how to read a nutrition facts label, it'll help you to make healthy decisions for yourself and for your family. Whenever you walk into a store, sometimes we make decisions on what we're going to eat based on the way the product looks. For example, you go into a store with your child and your child may want a particular cereal based on a cartoon character that's on there. But what I want you to start doing is I want you to start looking at the ingredients. The first thing that I want you to do is look at the ingredients and see what the first ingredient is. You have to ask yourself, does this meet my dietary needs? If your first ingredient that you see is sugar, and you're someone that's watching your sugar intake, then that's not good for you. Especially if you're diabetic and you're watching your sugar intake, then it's going to be detrimental to your health. So you wouldn't want that particular cereal or that snack cake or whatever it is that you like to eat. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and look at the calories. I want you to read the nutrition facts on that particular brand. I want you to find out how much calories, how much fat, how much cholesterol. Does it have any fiber? Right? And speaking of fiber, I need you guys at least to get at least 5 grams per servings when you're looking at your nutrition facts label. Please try to get at least 5 grams. There's 3 things I want you to stay away from. The first thing I want you to stay away from is sodium. Again, if you're someone that's watching your sodium intake and you go ahead and buy a product that's loaded with about 850 or 860 grams per serving, that's no good. Once again, detrimental to your health. I don't want that to happen to you. You don't want that to happen to you. So start reading these labels. Starting right now, I want you guys to start reading the labels. It's going to make you make healthier decisions because when you read the label and you said to yourself, oh my God, look at all this crazy stuff I'm intaking in my body. So I don't want to get sidetracked. First thing I said is sodium. The next thing is sugar. Be aware of sugar, hidden sugar, corn syrup. They have different ways of saying it. So I want you guys to be aware of that. The next thing I want you to be aware of, what did I say? I said sodium, I said sugar, and the next thing is trans fat. I want you to be aware of that trans fat or saturated fat. It's all man-made. Okay? So please be aware of that. And all those things could lead to what? Tell me. That's right. Heart disease. And you don't want to get heart disease. I don't want you to get heart disease. So I want you to start making these healthy choices. What I'm going to do for you is I have a label that I've set up. I've divided into 4. And I'm going to go ahead and break it down for you. So next time when you go into your favorite grocery store, when you want to pick up a snack to eat, then you'll know, this is what I'm putting in my body. Maybe that's something you don't want to put in your body. And then keep in mind, if you look at the ingredients and you can't pronounce some of the things that's on there, then you really shouldn't be eating it anyway. Make that a rule of thumb. Hey, if you can't understand it or even read the word, then maybe that's something that you shouldn't really be eating. So keep all this stuff in mind next time you go grocery shopping. I'm going to head behind the camera and break down everything for you. Okay, so here I go. The first thing we want to look at, it says serving size. 1 cup, servings per container, about 2. And go down to where it says amount per serving. We have the calories is 180, but keep in mind we're going to have to double that because servings per container is 2. And calories from fat is 70. Same thing, we have to double that as well. Let's go down to the next section. Okay, so let's get to our next section. We have our total fats. We have 4 different fats here. We have our saturated fat, our trans fat, our polyunsaturated fat, and our monounsaturated fat. The poly and the mono saturated fat, those are good fats. But the saturated and the trans fat, those are our bad fats that you see there. What we're trying to do is that we're trying to get those numbers low. We all know that saturated fat could lead to heart disease. And same thing with trans fat. Those are man-made fats. And let's go to a cholesterol, that's 15. But the main thing I want to look at is your sodium. It says 860 milligrams. That's a lot of sodium. So let's be very mindful if we're going to have this, that we have to double this. We're going to double this to over 1,000. And that's a lot of sodium for some, if you're someone that's watching your sodium intake. And let's go down to the total carbohydrates. We have the 2, dietary fiber and sugar. We always want our fiber to be at least 5 or more. We know fiber is good for you. And then we have the sugar. Sugar is 2. We try to limit the sugar. We have protein, which is 5. We know protein is good to help build muscles, grow your hair and skin. And then let's go over to where it says percentage daily value. That number is just pretty much based on a 2,000 calorie diet. If you were on a 2,000 calorie diet, these would be your numbers. But I'm going to give you a rule of thumb to live by, because not many of us are on a 2,000 calorie diet daily. If, for example, if it's 5 or less, that's great. If it's between 6 and 19, horrible. Don't even do it. And if it's 20 or more, horrible also. Well, between 6 and 19 is medium. But if, like I said, if it's 20 or more, then it's bad. So I don't want you to do that. Let's go on to the next section. Okay, so our final section is our vitamins. We have vitamin A, we have our calcium, which is 2%. We're going to double that. So we're doubling everything, guys. Just keep remembering that as I'm reading and going along. Iron, we have 4. We want to keep good 3 things I want you to keep away from, actually. Let's get into that. Saturated fat, trans fat, and the sodium. And beware of the sugar also. So stay away from those 3 and try to get them as low as possible. Try to get at least 5 grams of dietary fiber. And try to get great protein, because protein is a nutrient and it's good for muscles, like I said before. And it grows your hair and skin. So, not grows your skin, but you know what I mean. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the next section. Now that you know how to read a nutrition facts label, you have all the tools that you need. The next time you go into a grocery store, the first thing I want you to do is pick up your favorite snack and look at the ingredients. Okay? And let me know. Maybe it's something great. Maybe the first ingredient is something wonderful. Leave me a message. Let me know if this video was helpful for you. And if there's a particular subject you guys want me to talk about, just let me know, or to help you with. Leave me a question. If you have any questions, I can gladly answer any questions for anyone. And I want to thank you guys for stopping by Maxine's Corner, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you. Peace.